I know things that other people don't, even the generals who have decided not to go to Afpac and other insiders. I know the situation behind the scenes is far more insane and severe than you might think. And I feel really betrayed. I do. Nick basically all but said that I kind of deserve this for not going. It's not a good look. You're on your own. Now keep in mind that when I made a comment on a stream a while back about someone who spilled food on themselves at an IRL meetup, someone in our thing that person had talked about on social media, but then I guess later deleted. That was a big deal. Got people together, talked it off, talked about it. Hey, Patrick, why are you talking about stuff that happens behind the scenes? And I was like, geez, well, I mean, he mentioned it publicly, but I understand, okay, I won't say anything else about it. So that is when you're useful to someone, that's when the loyalty gets applied. But when all of a sudden you're not useful to them and their personal advancement, and this isn't everyone, this is just some people, then you're on your own, right? Someone in this thing is trying to ruin your life. Well, now keep in mind that I have been expected while in AF to not like the wrong tweets. I'm not even saying like tweets that are making fun of Nick. Of course I wouldn't like stuff like that. But tweets from the wrong people, right? I'm not supposed to be following people who are friends with people who, dislike Nick. So that's the level of loyalty that's expected from me. But when it comes to people ruining my life, hey, you're on your own. You're on your own. So yeah, and he basically implied that I deserved it. I disagree, Nick. I don't think I deserve to have my life ruined because I'm not going to one event, right? That's the way you want to run things, that's fine. But you clearly don't want me part of this. I'll take a step back. That's fine. But the other thing to keep in mind here is that the reason I've had the moral dilemma of not, do I talk about why I'm not going, or do I, do I stay quiet and hope for the best, whatever. The main reason why I haven't said anything, and frankly, I should have said something, but the main reason was out of respect for someone I considered a really good friend, right, who has recently stabbed me in the back and now apparently is totally fine with me being ruined, personally, politically, whatever. So I should have done the right thing before. I should have explicitly explained from the beginning, once I knew things that you don't know, that you're about to know, why I'm not attending Afpac. So let's get into that. Why am I not going to Afpac, right? I've been at most of these events. I planned GLS. I planned the first Afpac. Spoke at the Groper War. You've heard me on Nick's streams. I've been a big part of this. I have. And you know what? Despite the fact that I've been stabbed in the back, right, repeatedly for not... Again, it's saying for not going to one event. It's not even for that. It's for other reasons. They're not stabbing anyone else in the back. So that really tells you all you need to know. Main reason that this event is a bad idea is because of the national security state crackdown that isn't just expected to happen, that is happening. It's here, right now. And you were the focus. You were the target. They are playing clips of Nick talking about killing politicians in the US in Donald Trump's impeachment trial, right? This is very serious. The AF flag was seen flying inside the Capitol in many clips, and also the clips of that were included, right, mainstream media. They were included yesterday in the Senate, the video Senate impeachment stuff. People know AF, right? The FBI knows AF more than you might think, as we'll get to. And it's just very irresponsible as far as I'm concerned. This is a reckless and it's an irresponsible event. And the main risks that are being taken are the safety and the well-being of the people who are going, right? Someone like Nick, I don't want to say he's screwed, but he's already like in the hole, so to speak. And we'll get to that. This is the most serious, the biggest investigation that the FBI apparently has ever done. That's just coming from the prosecutors. Maybe it's not 100% the biggest, but they're saying that it is. It's so serious, guys, and some of you guys still aren't taking it seriously enough. So if you go to this event, the risk, you could think it's fine. You're going there to hang out with your favorite internet celebrity, to drink beer with, the average groiper, and you could think, hey, this is great, this is fine, and then that's... it's not that you'll never know. You'll know eventually. You'll know eventually when you apply for that job, when you try to go fly, right? Or when the FBI comes knocking at your door.
The FBI has knocked on people's doors behind the scenes, people you know. So it's not, again, speculative. Prior to even AF, I knew people who would get knocks on the door from the FBI just because they got caught posting in the wrong Discord server, posting totally defensible stuff. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you do in terms of how optical or smart it is. If you are associated with this stuff, right? If they can prove that you're at one of these events, you're on the watch list, and they'll probably try to do worse to you. Look at Ricky Vaughn. Look at Ricky Vaughn. They charged him with, they're trying to put him away for 10 years, given everything, given some memes that he tweeted back in 2016, right? The statute of limitations on all this stuff is insane. And they're building a very big conspiracy case, which unfortunately is going to involve many of the Stop the Steal, the main Stop the Steal people. Is it going to involve Nick? I don't know. I genuinely, despite him stabbing me in the back, I don't have really any ill will towards the guy. I don't want him to get in trouble. But if you look at what he was saying outside of the Capitol, it was really reckless and irresponsible. A lot of the other stuff, and look, people behind the scenes get this. They don't want to say it, right? People in like the inner circle. Talking about killing politicians, even though you did some equivalent of in Minecraft after, it doesn't matter. You don't say stuff like that. They're playing that in Donald Trump's impeachment proceedings. You think the FBI hasn't seen that and isn't taking that seriously? They have. We're telling you that you have to go to this event. Well, I guess they're telling me that. Maybe they're not telling you that, but they're urging you to go to this event. They're not telling you the risks. And they're not telling you the severity of things behind the scenes. So again, not betraying, but saying things that someone has told me in confidence, I'm really against doing that. But I feel a moral obligation to. Because it hasn't sat well with me that you guys are not being told exactly the extent to which people are being cracked down on behind the scenes. So Nick is, and look, despite him stabbing me in the back and whatever, I consider this guy one of my best friends up until basically this week. So this is still, this isn't easy for me. But Nick is 100% under FBI investigation. He confirmed that to me. This isn't me speculating. This isn't me looking at misinformed 4chan screenshots. Nick told me that the feds froze his bank account, right? Did he tell you that when he's collecting your real name to come to this event? Did he tell you that the feds froze his bank account? Freezing someone's bank account, that's the kind of thing that you hear about happening in like gangster movies, in RICO cases. I've been involved in dissident politics for a long time. I have never heard of that happening. This is serious. The FBI is cracking down like you've never seen before. Unprecedented, right? And they're cracking down on people you know. Given that Nick's bank account has been frozen by the FBI, likely the FBI, we don't really know who, but the FBI announced that it was investigating the cryptocurrency donations of which Nick obtained by far the lion's share. Yeah, it's probably the FBI, given what we know about the FBI working with various banks, and it's the FBI. The FBI is looking at Nick, and they're looking at his finances, and they're saying, you can't access your money anymore. But he's not going to tell you that. He's going to say, come to my event. If you're really concerned, then don't go. But he's not going to make you aware of the severity of the situation behind the scenes. So, and again, I felt a real moral dilemma. My friend is in a rough spot. He's trying to do this event, but it's just a bad idea for a million reasons. And now he's telling me, but not many other people, that his bank account has been frozen. What do I do? Well, I don't know. I don't know what I would have done if they didn't cancel me, but there's no reason for me to withhold this information from you guys when they're stabbing me in the back repeatedly. Nick is under FBI investigation. They've frozen his bank account. He suspects, quite rightly, that he's on a no-fly list, so he's going to be driving from Chicago to Florida. But he wants you to give him your real name, to show up to his event where your face will be visible, where your cell phone data will be in close proximity to his, where the venue will likely be leaked, so journalists, Antifa, federal authorities can go, and they already know where it is. If they're looking at his finances, they're clearly looking at his text messages, at the emails he's sending. You think they don't know where the conference is, right? You don't think they could just have people walking around the venue that even if they don't attend, who are keeping tabs on things? The FBI has messed with people for far less. This is very serious. You want to cancel me over this for saying it? Well, they've kind of already done that. You want to stab me in the back? Go right ahead, right? Join the party. But I have a moral obligation to do this. I've seen these internet cults of personality go awry, and I can't participate, right? If fewer people watch my show because I'm letting you know why I'm not going, as they asked me to, then that's fine. That's fine. Because ultimately, whether or not 500 or 700 or 1,000 people watch my show, we've got to keep our eyes on the long term, right? All that matters at the end of the day is whether or not our civilization is safe. That's basically it. So if I am going to have to take the brunt of the attacks, if people are not going to support me anymore, so be it. The thing is, guys, never meet your heroes. That's the best advice I can give you. There has really been this cult-like atmosphere in AF. You've got Assistant Groiper tweeting out, you don't get to criticize the leader. He's the smartest, most capable man, and he's the only person. That's a cult. If you're getting to the point where your favorite podcaster, you have sworn total allegiance and you're just going to do whatever he says, well, people did that to Richard Spencer. How'd that work out? People have done that to Nick Fuentes. Some of them are going to prison. Yeah. And many more will be put on watch lists and will have the rest of their lives really adversely affected